Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win, or you find a way to lose. Ooh-wee! Man, they out here accusing my boy David Morrell of being on the cocktail. And not the legal cocktail, being on the illegal cocktail. Now, his opponent, if you didn't see the fight last night, David Morrell tranquilized his opponent, Agbeko, man, pretty damn quick in that fight. And you could see from the first round that Agbeko just really didn't seem to have much of a chance. He didn't get a chance to really get his shots off to really get going. But that's because of what he had in front of him. You know, this damn Cuban alien who's extremely talented, with a lot of power, a lot of reach, a lot of IQ. But I'm gonna tell you, I didn't think anything of it, except just Morrell just looked strong. He had the reach advantage. He seemed to be a bit more intelligent. He knew when to step to Agbeko, when to throw shots, just to kind of, keep him busy, preoccupy him. He knew when to explode and throw hard shots. So he was able to change up the range, change up the distance, change the levels, change the power. And then he got the win, right? But I was surprised at the end of the fight, Agbeko came out and was saying that he believes David Morrell is taking the cocktail and he's cheating and taking peds, because he said they signed for WADA testing, not VADA, for WADA testing, right? World Anti-Doping Agency testing. And he said David Morrell didn't want to have to fight in Vegas. Now, if you fight in Vegas, you're getting drug tested. I think it's Vegas and New York. They don't play that. You're getting drug tested before the fight, immediately after the fight. They will, if you on peds, they'll catch your ass out there. That's why a lot of fighters, some fighters, they don't want to go fight out there. They want to fight in other places because then they can, cheat. They don't get tested, and then they can go out there and get their wins, right? Now, and that's what Agbeko is suggesting. That's why the fight took place in Minneapolis, and David Morrell, his fights take place in Minneapolis because out there he can get away with cheating because he doesn't get tested. Now, I don't know what to think about that except to say that if that's in the contract, that there's going to be, drug testing. You put that in the contract, and your opponent's like, okay, cool. But then all of a sudden, no one does any drug testing. That would make me feel a little uneasy as well. And then to find out that there's actually a lawsuit against, I believe it's David Morrell, PBC, I think Showtime, by someone of David Morrell's previous opponents about the same thing, about the same topic. Now, I don't know a whole lot about it, but I just got a peek behind the tent flaps yesterday, listening to Agbeko talk about it. But what I will tell you is, I'm on the case now because I never thought for 1 second that David Morrell would have somebody accusing him of peds, you know what I'm saying, using peds. I just thought he was another one of, guys coming out of Cuba. The Cuban fighters get busy, and that's what it is. But I would like to at least have him explain, if it's true, why would you put, that you're going to have this, testing, and you put that in the contract, but then you end up not going through with it. And if this is like the second or third time it happened, what's the deal here? There's a pattern. Why? Why wouldn't you want to fight in Vegas? You know what I'm saying? What's discouraging you from going out there? What's deterring you? So, very interesting. More to come. But goddamn, it seems like they're trying to say that David Morrell's on the cocktail too. But we'll find out what's going on. I'm sure we'll get more information on it. But I will hope that it's not true. But at the same time, let's just get Morrell and Benavidez in the ring together first. Because Morrell, whatever the hell, if he is or isn't doing peds, okay, whatever. If Benavidez is or isn't doing peds, whatever. At least get them both in the ring, because I still think the playing field somehow level, because everybody has a hairy eyeball. It seems to be now on Morrell, and they already had on Benavidez since he hooked up with Heredia. But let's just see those two get in the ring before they start stressing them out over how they're tranquilizing opponents in the ring. Let's just at least get them both in there the way they're performing right now, which is extremely impressive, and let's get a mashup, crash up. And if you ask me my opinion on it, David Morrell is calling out Benavidez, but David Benavidez's father has again reiterated that he thinks Morrell needs to fight Andre, fight a Durrell, fight a Caleb Plant. He's a good fighter, but he only has 10 wins now. He's got, I think, 8 KOs, but he still hasn't really proven himself. He hasn't earned the right to fight David Benavidez. And what I would say is this. It doesn't look like there's anyone there who can beat him. So this thing about earning a right to fight David Benavidez, his performances have been so outstanding, and he's been so convincing that it doesn't even make sense for him to go, in my opinion, and fight 3-4 more opponents before he gets in with David Benavidez. If that's the argument, then we could say David Benavidez needs to go out there and move up and down weight divisions like Canelo did, and pick up belts from different divisions and beat champions. And then David Benavidez would have earned his shot at Canelo. So I think the father needs to stop and really be careful with what he's saying. But I understand David Benavidez is at 168. He's the mandatory. I get it. But, I mean, if we're going to talk about accomplishments, well, then, I mean, he needs to look at what his son has done compared to Canelo. And if his son has really earned that shot based on accomplishments. Because his son hasn't done nothing near what Canelo's done in the sport of boxing. That being said, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. In the breeze.